Did you know that as a freelancer, you can actually make money not only by designing websites for clients, but by selling your own templates? Now, this is a very cool idea. And in those times where the work is a bit quiet, you can actually be selling online. So in this video, I want to show you a really cool and easy way to sell your website templates online. All right, so I'm working on a brand new template over here. It's called Initia. It's based on ZipWP. So as you can see here, it has my basic layout. Now it's not done yet, of course, but I'm definitely working on it and I'd like to sell it. So in order for you to sell it, you can actually do this through ZipWP. And now let me show you how to do this. So in ZipWP, and by the way, if you haven't purchased ZipWP subscription, the link to that is in the video description below. I highly recommend this tool. It is fantastic, especially if you're a design agency or a freelancer. Now just take a look and see what you can do with this. So here's my template here. It's called Initia ZipWP template. So I would like to sell access to this template. So here's what we need to do. We'd come over here. Now, of course, initially you would create a brand new website. Let's say it's a blank website. You give it a name. You design pretty much everything that you want to design in this template. In the end, you're going to have a website that looks pretty much like this. Okay, it has pretty much everything that you need. It's complete. It's got your about page. It's got your services, blog. Everything's all well spaced out. You've got your plugins. Everything is there. Once you've done that, and let's say this is your website, what you do is you head over here to your actions. You click on the three little dots and you want to go ahead and create a blueprint. Now, this is very, very important. You click on create blueprint, and this is where you want to give this a title. So I'm going to call this Initia template. And let's call this Divi 5 template. Okay. I don't know, every time I try to add 5, I add a percentage. Anyway, so this is where you would want to go in and add your description. I'm just going to, just basically copy the title and just add it as a description. Okay, so the next part here is the type. So you click on this drop down and we want to go with publicly shareable. So we're going to select that and then we're going to go ahead and click on create. So what's going to happen now is ZipWP is going to create my link to this actual website. And in a moment, I want to show you how cool this is. Now, eventually, what we want to do is to have this website, which is of course complete. So your client now, when they purchase this, they just purchase it, make a few changes to it, and boom, they're done. It's so fast. All right, so now that we have this, there's a few things that we can do here. I can log in by coming over here. So let's say there's some plugins we need to update. At any point, you can come over here and make sure that it is what? It is up to date. So this is where we're able to log in and we can take a look at plugins if there's need be, and make sure that everything is all updated. So if everything is updated, it's all good. So to achieve that, you want to click over here. Now, this is the link that you're going to need if you want to sell this. So you want to copy that link. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this in new incognito window so that at least you can see what the process or what the customer sees. So I'm going to hit enter here. And you notice now we have Initia Divi 5 template, blah, blah, blah. This site will expire in 4 hours. Now, bear with me. I'll explain how this works. So what I'm going to do next is click on launch. Okay, so what's happening now is that complete website that I showed you initially is being now installed on a brand new URL for each and every customer that wants to purchase this. So for now, it says expires in 4 hours, but if the customer has a ZipWP account, guess what? It just gets added onto their account. So check this out. This is now the new site. I'm just going to check here if the plugins are there. And sure enough, here are the plugins. I'm going to take a quick look at the site. I'm going to click on visit site. And let's see. Sure enough, we have the site exactly how it is as I designed it. Okay, brilliant. All right. So what happens at this stage now is the person that purchases it can go in, they can start, designing it, they can start adding more plugins and so on. But remember, there's a timer. This expires after 4 hours. So what you need to do now is you can create a free account. Okay. This will be a ZipWP free account. So when they purchase or they sign up for a free account, then this site is moved over to your free account. Now, at this stage, what you could do is you could head over here to plugins, click on add new plugin, and you can install a plugin called WP Vivid. Okay. So it's called WP Vivid like that. Hit enter, and then you can go ahead and install. So now, once you've finished installing this, what you want to do is to create a backup of the complete website. So let's first of all activate this. All right. So now that this is activated, you want to create a backup of this website. So let me show you how to create a backup. All you need to do is to click here where it says backup. So you want to make sure that it says database and files and save files to the local blah, blah, blah. Okay. Boom. All right. So I know this is not going to take long because it's a very small site. So in a moment, I'm going to have a complete backup of my site that I've just purchased. Okay. So we're almost done now. There we go. So now that I have my backup, all I need to do is to click over here where it says download. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and download this file. All right. So now it's going to go to my desktop. I prefer it there. And again, it won't take long. And let me just make sure that this is not going to cause problems to download. Did that download? Let me just double check. Desktop. Oh, there we go. So I have it here, which is brilliant. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. I'm going to close out of there. So let's go back to dashboard. So let's just pretend that I'm now on a brand new server, or this is a client server, and I need to now install what I've just downloaded. All I have to do is to come over here to create new. I'm going to say blank website, and I'm going to say new client. I know I have too many titles like this now on my site. All right, so new client, one-click login, boom. Okay, so this is going to have a basic WordPress install, nothing else, okay? And just to show you what it looks like, I'm just going to say visit site. There we go. Just a basic WordPress website, okay? So with that now, I'm now going to come over here to plugins and then click on add new. So over here, we're going to search for WP Vivid. Okay, like that. And guess what? I'm going to install this the same way I installed it a moment ago from the site where I purchased. Okay, so now instead of saying backup, guess what? Now we need to what? We need to upload our download. So I'm going to come over here, select files. Now I know my file is on the desktop, so I'm going to come over here and then I'm going to double click on that. And then I'm going to say upload. There we go. Boom. Okay, so now it's uploading. It shouldn't take a long time. So while this is uploading, it's on about 40% now. Here's the thing. You want to make sure that all the files that you're compiling to come up with your website, you have licenses to it, okay? You want to make sure that. Okay, first of all, let me just say okay here. And it's time now to restore. So I'm going to click here on restore. So remember that site that we created earlier on? It is now going to be restored here. So I'm going to say restore. Okay, so that file I've just uploaded is now going to be restored on this new website. And this new website now is going to have my complete template built on. So here's the thing. And this is where you have to be very, very careful. So you want to make sure that all the plugins and all the themes that you're going to package together to sell, you have full licenses to it, because you have to read the licensing conditions for all these templates, because some of these plugins are premium plugins and you may be violating the terms and agreements if you package all these licenses and give them away for free. Okay, so I know the safest way right now is to use the free Elementor, or you can use starter sites, or you can use Gutenberg. That's pretty much safe. You can do that. So I'm just going to say yes to this, and let's just do a quick preview of this website and see if, there we go. So now my site is showing. So at this stage, you're probably thinking, well, Mac, how the hell can I sell this? Okay. So here's what you need to do. So I'm on my website here called SiteKrafter.com. I'm sure for those of you that have purchased SiteKrafter before, I mean, you've come to this website. Okay. So I want to create a new product now for this template that we've just created. Let me just come over here. Okay. So this is the new client. This is what I installed. We don't need that anymore. So where is it? Okay. Let's head over here to my blueprints. Click on, oops. I want to come over here and take a look at my blueprints. So I'm going to come over here to blueprints. This is where they are. And this is it. Initiate DV5 template. So what we need to do is to copy that URL. Now you saw what it did. I went to a new incognito window. I pasted in there and it's installed my complete template. So here's what we need to do. We copy this, right? Now, once we've copied it, we now want to keep that link. We head over here to my site. Okay, so on my website, I have SureCart installed, and this is going to be my payment processor. All right, so I'm going to come over here and then click on products. So first of all, I want to give this product a name. I'm going to say add new. I'm going to call this Initiate DV5 template. Okay, next I'm going to say create to create my template. And then once I've done that, now I can go in and add my description, the pricing. I'm just going to go in and add a price. This is going to be, let's say, $67. And normally it goes for $97. Okay, so there's a bit of an offer here. And one time, yes, pay what you want. No, I don't want to do that. So let's create our price. Great. So now I have my price here, 67. So it's only going to be an offer. I'm running for a short while. Next, I'm going to come over here now to my images and I'm going to add an image. So let me see. Do I have an image here I can use? All right. I'm just going to use a basic image from here. I don't want to spend time uploading new images and so on. So that's going to be my image here. Content, it's asking me to open a content designer. Do I need to do that? Nah, I don't need to do that. Anyway, I'm going to leave that as it is. Okay, integrations. If you wanted to add some integrations, you could do that as well. So first of all, let me just save and publish just in case I mess things up. Okay. Now we want to add our download. Now remember, I copied the link from ZipWP. Remember, this is my template here. You copy the link from here, and then now you want to make sure that on the downloads here, you click here on downloads, external link. Now, do you see that? So link name, I'm going to call this Initiate download. Excellent. Next, I'm going to add my link URL, paste it like that, and then add the link. All right. So now that we've added this, for search engine listing, I can add all that, but you know what? For the purposes of this, I'm just going to leave this as it is. I'm going to save the product. And now we have this option for instant checkout. Check this out. I want to click here and I'm going to say published. Now I can set this as a test, okay? Just in case anyone wants to go in and download it. We also have the option here for a thank you page. I can design a thank you page, which I can add a link to if I wanted to over here. So, okay. So now I'm going to say view. This should open in a new tab, or I can just copy this. In fact, let me just copy this URL. Okay. Okay. Right. Now look at that. I now have my product here. If I had a product description, I'll have it over here. And now I can go in, I can pay with Google Pay, I can go with PayPal, pretty much I can go with, whatever option I want to go with. I can go now and say checkout. And once you check out in your dashboard, you're going to see the link to click on that link, which will then install a brand new version. And that should look like this. Okay, so when you click on it, the link should look like this link. So this is the link that we're linking to. Okay, so when your client clicks on it, they would end up over here. Okay, so you can see here, initiate DV5 template. Now remember, I said that if you have ZipWP account, if you click on launch here, it'll be added over here on my list of websites, over here on my staging sites. That's pretty cool. And there you can have it permanently. If it's time now to perhaps maybe sell your hosting, you'd come over here, sell the hosting by coming over here. I'll make another video for this in another video and go into detail, but pretty much that's all you need to do. At any point, you want to go in and make some updates to your blueprint, you'd come over here to blueprints and just make sure that you go into your WordPress admin. And once you've made all your changes to this, perhaps you want to add more pages and so on. Once you've done that, you'd come over here and regenerate blueprint. Okay, so when you regenerate it, it is just going to, regeneration. Okay, and now you're going to have everything all updated, brand new. So as you can see, it is very, very easy to use ZipWP to sell your designs. But as I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you're not selling any software that has licensing restrictions on it. So you want to make sure that that is made very, very clear. Now, in my case here, I'm not selling this one, but I need to verify this with Elegant Themes if I can sell it through this way and manage all my websites for my clients. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments box below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.